It is October 1st, 2022, so it is time for another monthly update video in which I'll talk about what went on in September that you might have missed and want to check out, and what we've got coming up in October. And this is a big month. I always like to begin by talking about three big things. So big thing number one is one of the biggest things of the year if you're interested in Stoicism or practical philosophy, and that is the Stoicon Conference coming up online on October 29th. Look down below and you'll see a link to get tickets or find out more. Big thing number two is also Stoic related. It also happens near the end of the month, and it is Stoic Week. And let me say, too, that Stoicon and Stoic Week, 10-year anniversary for both of them. Big thing number three is just about me, not Stoicism or world events or stuff like that. I'm going to be doing some YouTube shorts. I did one of them to get some ideas about what I might do. I got a lot of really helpful feedback from people, so look forward to those rolling out this month. I can't promise to do one every day, but we'll see what we can actually get accomplished. So September was quite a month. I had a few illnesses that I had to deal with, and of course classes are in full swing, and I'm teaching a full load of classes for Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design and Marquette University. You may have seen some of the new videos that I shot for the Marquette University classes. I have two sections of a class. It's an upper level core class that is called Service of Faith and Promotion of Justice. It's supposed to be a problem-centered class, so I picked the problem of anger, and my students are learning an awful lot about anger, how it's caused, how to evaluate it, even some techniques for dealing with anger. And what else? Well, we had our normal AMA and Worlds of Speculative Fiction. We did J.G. Ballard, who people have been asking about for a very long time. We shot a Wisdom for Life episode. Rather, we recorded it and also shot video at the same time. So that was on rhetoric. And, I did my usual Hegel meetings and philosophy chat and all of that sort of stuff. I've taken on some new clients as well. People keep coming to me for philosophical counseling or tutorials or stuff along those lines, and I'm happy to do it. It is a lot of people who I'm in contact with. And then video work. What did I do as to videos? Well, quite a few core concept videos, and the core concept videos have indeed been on the topic of anger. So we started out, well, actually finished up. I think we started them the previous month with core concept videos on Aristotle's Rhetoric, Book 2, and his discussion of anger and calmness there. We also did some on Audre Lorde's The Uses of Anger. And then I took a little bit of a detour getting some class videos ready for a different class, Lucretius's on the nature of things. I think people kind of like that Epicurean stuff. And then I came back to anger with the Bishop Joseph Butler Sermon 8 stuff, discussing all sorts of aspects of anger. And what else? I managed to get a review video done on Carneades. He has a YouTube channel. You may be familiar with him. He also has a recent book out, Are All Lives Equal? And there's a very long subtitle, which we won't go into. I also did Sadler's stories about summer jobs that I'd had one year. I did a caption contest video about a messy bookshelf and floor, and I did a first short where I asked people, what do you think I can do with shorts for philosophy? And I got a lot of really useful feedback that I've been mulling over and thinking about. And podcast episodes. I released quite a few on Aristotle, Nick and McCann Ethics Book 6 that I had started before. And then we went through Rene Descartes' Discourse on Method. I thought that I'd actually produced podcast episodes on that, and I needed them for my class that I'm teaching for Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design. And so then I checked, and nope, they weren't there. So I had to get those done. And then I've been doing stuff on Epictetus. I have all these core concept videos on Epictetus from when I actually produced an online course on him. And what I've been doing is converting those into podcast episodes. So releasing quite a few of those. Some of them I've early released to my Patreon supporters. If that's something you're interested in, there's a link below for Patreon as well. So I think that's pretty much it for September. It's been a very busy month. I didn't get as much accomplished as I would have liked, but isn't that the way it always goes? All right, what do we have coming up in October? Well, next Saturday, the 8th at noon, we'll have our usual AMA, that's Ask Me Anything session. So if you've got questions for me, that's a great time and place to ask them. Make sure that you get them in early in the session, because I tend to get too many to successfully answer in the hour and a half that I allot to it. Then also on the 8th at 2 p.m., I will be having my philosophy chat for Patreon supporters. Again, if that interests you, you can find the link to become a supporter below. On the 12th, which is a Wednesday at 5 p.m. All these are Central Time, by the way. We'll have our Hegel monthly, Q&A discussion to talk about Hegel, German idealism, philosophy in general. That's always a good time. That's video conferencing with me. And then on the 15th, a Saturday, we'll be having, starting at noon Central Time, the next Worlds of Speculative Fiction. It's going to be on Philip K. Dick, and it's going to be about androids and humans. So we're looking at, of course, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And we'll talk a little bit about the movie Blade Runner and how it's different from Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep and what Dick actually thought about it. We're also going to talk about a novel called The Simulacra, and another one called We Can Build You. And we'll see if we can get to the short story, The Imposter, which was turned into a movie long after Dick died with Gary Sinise. I believe is just called Imposter. And we're going to look at some stuff from the exegesis as well, and from several essays that he wrote about humans and androids. So that is going to be a lot of fun. Begins at noon with a video premiere that runs about 90, 100 minutes, and then we go into a video conferencing session after that. On the 19th, if you're here in the Milwaukee area, I'm going to be at Marquette University. The philosophy department has invited me to give a talk about Stoicism and virtue, and how the Stoic conception of virtue has some weird paradoxes about it that not even all the Stoics accept. And that is going to be in the Midwest Seminar in Ancient and Medieval Philosophy. It will be recorded, and it'll be held on campus. Details about that will be coming out soon. You can find them in my Facebook or other social media. That'll be at 3:30 p.m. And then on the 27th at 6 p.m., we'll have our Milwaukee Stoic Fellowship meeting, and we'll probably be talking about the next big thing that's coming up right after that. On the 29th, on Saturday, I will be emceeing for Stoicon 2020, and it's, we've got a great lineup of a lot of very interesting speakers and panelists, and Chris Gill is going to be giving the keynote address, which is really quite wonderful. And so you don't want to miss that. You can get a ticket for any donation amount, and spend the whole day learning about Stoicism from some of the best contemporary authors and presenters on the topic. So I hope you'll join me for that. Classes Like I mentioned, they're in full swing. October is kind of a crunch month. We do have a very short spring break that'll give us like a couple days off, but I'll be spending those days doing work and, stuff along those lines. But the students will enjoy having a few days off, I would imagine. A lot of other stuff going on in terms of clients. I'm going to try to get back to the gym. I haven't been to the gym for over a month, and I'm kind of craving that, but I've just been too busy lately. Video work. So I've got more core concept videos to shoot on Joseph Butler, now on Sermon 9, which has to do with forgiveness, but also has to do with anger. I'll be shooting some on Thomas Aquinas, some of the relevant passages and sections about anger from the Summa Theologiae. I'm hoping to shoot some videos on Lactantius's on the anger of God. We'll see if I get to that. That might be a little overly ambitious, but I do need to shoot some core concept videos pretty soon on Mary Wollstonecraft, because I'm teaching her in several different classes this semester, as I typically do. And when I'm introducing things, I'm a big fan of Wollstonecraft, and I want to shoot some core concept videos on that. I'm going to do some more book reviews this month now that I've got a little bit of wind in my sails, you could say. And I did get one half-hour Hegel video done, which I released to Patreon supporters. I'll be releasing that to the public this month and shooting some more half-hour Hegel videos. We're getting really close to the end of the religion section, and I think if I really bust my ass, I might be able to get that section done this month. Wouldn't that be cool? I'll probably shoot some personal videos as well and more Sadler stories, some, caption. We'll have a caption contest. I'll probably do another light haul, maybe another Sadler's asides and digressions. We'll see what else tickles my fancy, so to speak, about what I want to produce. And of course, there's going to be plenty of shorts coming up. So if you want things that are a little thought-provoking and probably not long enough because they only can be a minute, those might be for you. Podcast work. So I've still got a lot more Epictetus stuff to do. I'm hoping to get through all of that in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. And then I'm going to go back to the Schopenhauer videos that I shot this summer and released then and start making core concept videos out of those. If I have enough time, then maybe I'll start on the Aristotle Rhetoric, Book 2 material, but we'll see how it goes. There's an awful lot going on. It's a very busy month. Thank goodness that it has 31 days, because man, do I have to get a lot done during that month. So I hope it's a great month ahead for you. I hope you can join us for Stoicon and Stoic Week and perhaps some of the other online events that we've got going up, the AMA, the Worlds of Speculative Fiction, focused on one of my favorite authors, Philip K. Dick. And I hope to see all of you in the ether, and have a great month ahead.